Matt Davison's with us. Do you ever go out there to 70th and Pioneers?
To the new Midwest Bank?
Well, I used to be out that way all the time. Then I moved.
Where'd you move?
I was out on the east side of town for a number of years. We built a house out there like 10 years ago, and then we moved
to where?
Kind of down in the
Country Club. Are you Country Club area? Sheridan Boulevard?
No.
Those
are big houses.
You're south, though. I bet
those
you're
are
not
big
north.
Houses.
Yeah. You're not north, are
I'm
you?
south. Yeah.
Are you south?
Sort of in the country club.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Jake,
around there.
Could you give your exact address?
I'm closer to downtown.
Okay, closer to downtown.
At the time when we moved, my wife and I were both working downtown.
So this is smart though, because you can get to 1890 then right away. So if someone comes in and says, "I'm driving through, and I got a bunch of money. Can I meet you down at the
easy?"
So you're here easy.
Yeah,
smart move.
Easy to meet when they have a lot of money.
Who is Matt Davison? Jake?
Matt Davison is in charge of the 1890 initiative, which is Nebraska's big NIL operation, the NIL operation for Nebraska athletics, and we're glad to have Matt. We had him in December. And boy, was that a fun time. We had an hour-long fundraiser here, start kicking things off for the 24 hours.
We kind of kicked things off a little bit.
Boy, was
we
that
cranked
a time.
some things up, and we made some cash.
You guys moved the needle that day.
Did we?
Was for sure.
Did we?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, it really kind of started the whole week, and then we raised hundreds of thousands of dollars in like 5 days, 6 days. It was great.
That makes me happy.
So let's do it again sometime.
We should do that again. That was fun. It was a fun time.
1890 has their own magazine.
We do.
Had no idea this happened. Sip is going to write for them now. He's going to do some writing for that. He'll throw an On3 article, just change the name.
We should talk about that.
We should talk about that. Why are you not writing for this?
It's great. We're going to do like 8 issues a year. This is our, I think, 6th one. We started in the fall.
Okay.
We're going to do 8 issues per year. And
the gift pack.
The next one's coming out in end of March, and then another one after spring.
We have to do something with Sipple in that one. Just a feature on you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not doing features on me.
But no, here's the best, though. Look at this. Look what's on this. Court storming season.
Yes.
Did that come out at the right time?
It did.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
And we printed that before the Duke thing.
So here it's kind of pro court storming. And there's been pushback.
Because we've had 3 of them.
Yeah, and they've gone well.
They've gone well.
They've been great.
I like that
Painter
idea,
didn't
by
like
the
it,
way.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks.
That's a great. Did you come up with this?
I don't think any other collective has a magazine.
No, they don't.
It's just another thing that we're trying to use everything that the Sandhills Global Organization, is good at. And they print magazines like this. And so we did our own magazine. It's great. We have a lot of people that work really hard on it. And it's great for our, there's really not another magazine right now in the market.
No.
And so, yeah, it's been great. We print, 10,000 of them or something. And
I could work for you if you
8 or 9 of them a year.
I could.
Yeah.
Don't tempt him.
If someone
they'll
checks
hire
my
you.
spelling and punctuation, I could write some stuff.
Caveat.
Everybody,
Caveat, yeah.
Capital K.
everybody that gives even just $10 a month gets this shipped to their house.
How about that?
every
So
issue.
we have a gift pack. Should we
Yeah,
go through it?
So Matt and
Yes.
Carson Schott also is
So
out in the
Carson is
lobby.
part of 1890 as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, so
Carson's
he's
dressed
one
incredible.
of a whole bunch of people that work at Sandhills full time that actually work on 1890 as well. And we couldn't do what we do without all of those great people out there. I mean, there's probably 15 people at Sandhills every day that do something for 1890: accounting, legal, web, whatever. They marketing, the merchandise store. They handle a lot of great stuff for us to allow us to go out and just kind of do what we need to do to make sure the student athletes are taken care of and try to raise some money.
Hey, Bill, now hold on.
So Bill, what is in the package here?
feel that.
What do you have?
That is the best feeling
It's a
T-shirt
good
I've ever
t-shirt,
felt
isn't
in my
it? Yeah,
life.
yeah.
It's something that's like you could wear on a Saturday night out or also to bed.
You could wear that to dinner.
You could do it to
Yeah,
dinner.
people wear it to
Yeah,
dinner.
also like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
also you're going to Momo's.
Ooh,
Put
that is
this
nice.
on.
That is nice.
That is incredible blend. I wonder what the blend is on this. So Carson, no, I'm
Try.
not asking that.
Carson would know.
Try
For sure.
blend.
You kidding me?
Yeah,
Of course,
it's
Carson would know.
it's incredible. And there's
Bill-
some sort of
Bill has remarked about how lucky Nebraska is and to have 1890.
absolutely.
And we're living it right now.
Only the best t-shirts
Yes.
for Husker fans.
So I mentioned to it, Matt, that was that people, there's a lot of times you hear, even in Nebraska, just normal fans are like, NIL. But it's just changing. It's kind of ruined college football. I'm like, are you a Husker fan? Because it hasn't ruined it for them. And because we have the best collective in the country, everyone comes to you to figure out how to run a collective. So that's also a big advantage for Nebraska sports.
Well, you and I talked about this 3 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
Like if it ever was to have NIL hit college sports, it was going to be good for Nebraska.
Very good.
And
yes.
it has
Why?
been.
Why?
Because that gets a little well, now we can compete with everybody at the highest level for the best players. And some players are going to go where they want to go regardless. But, you know, when you have a great NIL collective, there's only so many of those in the country. And so there's only so many places the best players are going to go. And I think there were some players making some money before NIL. And so now we can actually compete with a lot of the schools that were maybe not doing everything perfectly.
Well said.
before.
Well said.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I said, Nebraska's caught a huge advantage for being so far ahead of it, and without Matt having the vision of being able to have this, and obviously the Pede family and everybody with 1890 putting it together, or 1869.
Yeah, that got a little
Yeah,
bit.
how about that
Good job.
yesterday?
That's such a great job.
I had to correct him. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
It's
no. That's
1890.
1869.
It was such a great
That's
quote.
a small.
Yeah.
That's a.
That's a great quote.
That's for
And
the
then-
smaller towns in Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's right. That the Fullertons and Genoas.
Yeah.
That's the 1869.
Osceola.
I mean,
Yes,
look,
Osceola.
I appreciate all the kind words, but really
You're
it's
welcome.
it's what Sandhills is doing, Tom and Sean, and what they're doing to support this whole thing that gives us the chance to be good at it, right? It's,
Tom and Sean Pede.
yeah, it's not because I'm running the thing. It's because of them and all the people and the resources that they have and the amount of money that they've been willing to put into it, quite frankly. And that's how we can do all the marketing that we do and the billboards and the radio advertising and all the things that we do. They pay for all those things. Our office is 2 blocks away over here. You know, the magazine, all the stuff that we do. is
2
because
blocks away in that. What building is that?
It's the lead place.
It's the lead place. I got to stop
Yeah.
over there.
Did you ever stop over to the Kindler for a cocktail?
I've been there.
Nice.
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice hotel.
Yeah.
It's on the way
Yeah,
over.
we'd
serious.
like them to be
Yeah.
to advertise here with
I'm
us.
serious. The
And now we have
Kindle's super
Aragon too. You guys been to Aragon?
I've
for
not been
lunch
there, but I'm
yet?
looking
Yeah.
forward to trying
Is that
that.
within your building?
Yeah,
Just
it's on the
open
first
downstairs,
floor.
yeah.
We're on the 4th floor.
Do you
Have you
get-
gone there, Jake?
Do you,
I have not been yet.
do you
I'd
get
like
a
to go.
discount when you go down there? Do you have a
Now,
card or
that's a
something?
good question. I'm gonna have to make a call about that today.
Yeah, what's that?
Aragon.
It'd be nice maybe if you took
Aragon
us
Tavern.
over there. That's the 4 of us broke bread
Yeah,
together.
let's go.
That'd be fun. If
Yeah,
we
wait,
got-
Break bread at Eric.
Yeah,
Sounds
yes,
great, Bill.
yes.
Is it just lunch or is it dinner?
Dinner too. Yeah, so it's like 11 to 2, and then 4 to 9 on weekdays, and then on the weekends it's I think 11 to 11.
How would you compare it to Applebee's?
Oh, it's better than that. Come on now.
Well,
Now-
listen, no Sip's a sucker for chain restaurants here, Matt.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
There used to be an
And
Applebee's,
Aragon
right?
is
Yeah.
not a chain. It's its own thing.
No.
It is
Which
not.
is
Matt,
good.
It's very good.
1890 in the house.
in the
today.
house.
Yes.
What there's talk about like the kick six or Manziel and all the things with NIL with the catch.
The kicks.
What would that have made you? You
Kick
think?
six.
Oh,
What would the catch
Who is
have?
this Matt Davison, by the
Yeah,
way?
yes, the catch.
Yes.
I don't know.
97.
I
What do you
mean-
think? What's the catch make you?
Oh God.
You're down millions. If
I
you'd
don't
have
know.
had this,
There were a lot of people that didn't even know who I was before
Uh,
that, including Jason Peter, I think.
you didn't even know you were on the same team. Who caught that
Like,
ball?
A teammate.
Who was that?
Like
But
on
could you-
Monday.
Peter didn't know
So,
who you were.
No,
so
he
we've
just- he called me Pence for pencil
pencil
because he didn't know my
Okay.
name leading up
Pencil.
to that game.
Yeah.
And then they asked him like, "Hey, what do you think of Matt Davis?" He's like, "Who's that?" It's Pence. I only know him as Pence. So I don't
The
know.
catch.
It would have been
Yeah.
great, obviously, because being an in-state player and being a freshman, right? So I would have had a big run for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Where there's money to be made
Yeah.
as a young player, but mostly it's when you're productive
From fish
And-
restaurants.
because your marketing, your NIL value
The catch.
goes up the better you play.
Wouldn't the
It-
fish restaurants jump all over it?
The catch.
The
The
catch.
catch.
Seafood.
Oh, yeah.
The catch in the
All of a sudden,
Seafood.
I mean,
Long John Silver.
Yeah.
Your face is on it.
Red
Your face is
Lobster.
on Long
Matt
John.
Davison.
You would have a cutout in front of Red Lobster.
All of a sudden,
I went to Red Lobster
What
in
if he-
college.
what
once
if
in a while.
he does a show?
The catch.
What if he does a show and he's on what's the one where they're catching the crabs?
Yeah.
Like the what's the TV show?
Oh,
Greatest
Jake.
Catch. What is
Yeah.
it? What's it
Yeah.
called?
Greatest catch.
Greatest catch.
Greatest catch.
What if you're out there all of a sudden
Yeah.
Davison's on one of those boats, just
I would
water-
not be on one of
throwing
those
up
boats.
over the
Yeah.
side
No.
like that. Who is
Watch
that? That's
this catch.
Davison.
I would not be on one of those.
Okay,
What-
so
get the text line. What's the show we're talking about? It's not the greatest catch.
No, what is
What's the show? The deadliest catch.
Deadliest
The
Deadliest
You were
catch.
Yes.
close.
Yeah.
You were close. The
But-
deadliest catch.
okay, so Matt, here's the critical one now. How are you guys handling this? Is it injunction by the courts
God.
that say now that people can now directly communicate with boosters for NIL money?
Look, we're gonna always do what we can to go by the newest set of rules, right? And so we're monitoring that all the time, and it's another great help that we get. I mean, I talked to more attorneys in the last year and a half, and I have plenty of attorney friends, but we have a lot of people that are monitoring this stuff all the time. And so they're keeping me up to speed. And the university, we communicate all the time about all these things. Jonathan Bateman does a great job over there. working for Trev. And so we're communicating with them all the time about the newest legislation, things that are coming down the line, things that might hit. How are we going to respond if that happens? So we're always trying to be out in front of it. This was a big one, right? And we'll see what happens. It's been a week, hasn't affected anything that we do. But obviously someday it might. So
yeah, it was interesting. It also was it was a big, basically a big kickback to the NCAA too. I mean not kickback, but it's like, hey, this stuff is this is wide open now.
Yeah,
because they were trying to make a case against what Tennessee, I believe, is one that had one against them, right? That you guys didn't follow the rules correct. They're like, hang on, we do everything, but everything else is going
right.
And now it's like there is no more of that,
right
now.
Right. And every school's kind of handling that stuff differently. I mean, one of the things the NCAA says is that, you can't induce. And so that's what this came.
Induce down to. What?
So like to say to an athlete, like, this is what you're going to make if you come here. And so that's kind of what this was about. And it's going to be crazy to see how it all lands nationally and what happens and how it influences recruiting and in each cycle, whether the portal, high school kids, whatever it might be. But we're going to do the best we can to work with the attorneys that we work with and the university to try to do it the best we can.
Can you keep the basketball team together?
Wow, we're going to try.
Yeah.
This has been
what
fun.
A season.
It's a heck of a time to be a Husker fan right now. I mean, Fred has done a great job. He's put together a tremendous roster. I mean, when he, worked through this last year, adding these, adding these players, he came on board with 1890 after last season. So like, it was pretty much April of 2023 when they came on board. And I think it's been good for us, been great for Fred. And it's been fun to work with all of his players. They're a bunch of really good young men, and they've come together. And as everybody knows, I mean, any night there could be 6 guys that lead us in scoring. They're all, they take the court just trying to win the game. They don't care who scores the points. And so it's been a great roster to watch and put themselves in a great spot. Tomorrow night's a big game.
We're joined by Matt Davison.
Yes, of 1890. Now, part of our pack you provided is, we have the magazine. Thank you, Bill. But it says court storming season on it. But we got the T-shirts.
We don't want to, but we have to get into this controversy.
We had to talk about. So there's a big deal.
This is real.
Weekend, and here's the product. This is Cornhead by 1890 all natural beef jerky. We've got a couple packs here. I look forward to eating this. And I'm
gonna eat it right now.
And Matt, how did this come to be? How long has this been in the works?
It's all natural.
Jerky?
Well, it kind of goes back. Excuse me. It kind of goes back to, what I said earlier about just using all the resources that we have that Sandhills Global and the Pede family has provided to 1890 and to the programs for the Huskers. And part of that is they own Piedmontese. And so whether it's beef sticks or the beef jerky, we're trying to do everything we can. We've been working on this for 6 months or something, 4 to 6 months. And just trying to find, new revenue streams all the time. That's why we did the Cornhead Lager, which, by the way, naming a beer is like the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life.
Why?
Because every name is taken, like like nationally. And so if there's a beer name or a distillery or a bar or a tavern or anything, there's 10,000 of those, right? And then they each have 25 beers. Like every word you can imagine is taken. And so 1890 was taken. So we couldn't call it the 1890 Lager. So we end up on, Cornhead. Great.
Cornhead.
So it's Cornhead Lager, Cornhead Vodka. We came out with a few months ago, and now, the Cornhead Jerky. So yeah, it's just, it's been fun for us. And we're looking for all the ways we can possibly try to get more revenue to provide to our programs.
It's always a good reminder that this is the beef steak. It's the good life. It's the beef steak. We like meat. We like steak. We like jerky. Everybody likes meat in the steak. There's never enough jerky in the market, right? And this 1890s, everything is for the players. The profit goes to the athletes.
That's
correct,
right.
man?
Yeah,
serious jerky.
100% of the profits go to the players. And it's been fun for us. It's been good over the weekend. Obviously, it got a little,
it was
a little dicey.
It got a little weird.
Some things on social media.
There were.
Yeah.
We addressed that on Monday.
How is it, Sip?
Yeah. I can't.
You're on your third piece.
Right.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really eat jerky.
Why not? Why not?
I do. Like I've had this obviously because I needed to try it.
Are you not American?
But
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I grew up on a little farm, and I would have beef sticks and jerky when I'd be out deer hunting and stuff, right? And I still do that, right? But I'm not really the guy that's grabbing a pack. on
want
the
some?
way out of a. I have some
I
at
bet he
the
does.
office.
I bet he has
And
access. I bet you
gave
have.
him.
I guess
bet
what
you
I'm
have
saying
50
is
pounds of it in your
I'm
truck
not
right
the guy
now.
to tell you what the best jerky is. I'm not. Like, I know if I like it or not, and I like this.
I will tell you
But
this.
there's probably a lot of jerky I would like.
This
I
is
don't-
seriously good. I'm not joking around.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure
I'm not
it
just
is.
saying it because you're sitting there.
I'm sure it is.
Well, Piedmontese breakfast is
Piedmonte.
excellent.
Think
You know,
about that.
They got the
That's
Mercado, which obviously is great. I mean, they've got a lot of great food there, and,
Yeah.
and this jerky is up there.
Can
So
I just say it's strangely good?
no, it's
strangely
that's not
good.
surprising.
Now,
to me.
this
It's
is
very
what I
good.
think would be if I was Davis. What I'd like to do.
You're Matt
I'd
Davis.
like if I was Matt Davis, I'd want to have like 100 of these in my truck, and I just stop at a stoplight, and someone's right next to you, like roll the window down.
You could use Bill's
Can you
pullover
imagine
sign.
that?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's right below your box.
So if you
You
get
use
this,
Bill's pullover
just say
sign.
pull over.
Yeah.
This is what somebody invented
Hold it
Matt
up.
here is that I do it for citizens arrest. So if somebody has a traffic violation, I hold this up in the pullover, and then I draw up what they did wrong. And so that's what we do. So
And then
you
you
could do
could
the
give them beef jerky too.
yeah. It'd be great if I had that.
Oh
if I
my
could get-
God.
If I could get you
That's
guys to get
the
if
That's
I
the
could walk
parting
up-
gift.
and
here.
also-
Parting
We're not
gift.
mad.
And-
We're just upset.
Lincoln's also giving me a safety badge. I'm getting a
You need a
safety badge.
box
I can
of
flash
jerky.
a badge and just let them know where you screwed up.
So you're gonna draw out for people what they did. You
Yeah,
switch the wrong lane
well,
here. You're
yeah,
going
yeah.
too fast.
Well, the problem we started with, Matt, was that the turning lane,
Yeah.
and the one car doesn't get out far
Yeah.
enough.
Have to pull out
You got
there.
to pull out, and they don't
Yeah.
get out, and you're losing your mind.
Yeah.
I want to pull them over and say, "Listen, I'm not mad. It's a teachable moment. I
Right.
want to walk them
Yeah,
through it."
I like
That's
it.
how we got the
And then
pullover.
wait a
You have
second.
to get out there so that I can go through
The next
too.
one to get through.
Yeah.
We're trying to get
Yes,
three through the
absolutely.
light.
It's even worse if they don't go at all.
But what
Oh,
if-
They just sit there,
They
it
just
goes
sit there,
yellow,
It goes
then
yellow,
red.
and you're like,
They get one more
I'll do
through.
the.
Yeah.
I'll hit it with the horn. I'll hit
but
it
what
with
if you ended this engagement with
package of beef jerky? Yeah.
package
Matt,
of
and by
beef
the
jerky?
way, 1890. I want to thank you for
Yeah.
that. Boom, you hit that. But if you had 100 of these in your car,
Oh, you'd be
That'd be
I
so
like
I
much
think
fun.
it'd be
Say,
more
hey, roll
important for you
down.
to have 100 in your car.
I agree. So
pass them out
We get
talk
some to you. We get some to you, Bill.
That would be very
I like
impressive.
for your
Part of your
pullovers.
thing, yeah.
For your
God, what a
pullovers.
job you guys are doing. I'm telling you, because
I'm not joking.
it is like that.
It's good.
No, I'm not joking.
I'm not surprised, right?
Simple
Nothing
not-
that they do
simple
is
not
not
good.
good.
I was
about
gonna say,
that.
how many have they had? Is there ever a time when they have like a complete failure and kind of go, "Told you guys it's going to happen"? Everything they touch is gold.
It
It's
is.
just pure gold.
It is.
It's
It
like,
really is.
I would like to. There'd be nothing to like. I'd like to just spend a day with the Peds. It'd be so much fun because if you just, it's like guru status.
They've
It
been
really
pretty
is.
successful.
Yeah.
They've done all right.
Yeah.
They've done
They've
okay
done all
for
right,
themselves.
Jake, you played the golf courses, right?
I have not. Well, which ones?
Arbor.
I have played
Arbor.
Arbor. I love Arbor.
I played it with
Arbor Links.
Davison. We weren't in the
Yeah.
same team, but I was there. with
Arbor
them.
Links is a great course.
What are we talking
Like,
about? Is this
The Dormy. The Dormy.
Dormy.
Are these
courses, right?
Peds
Yeah.
golf courses?
Yes.
Yes.
The Peds golf courses?
Yeah.
Really?
The Dormy Network.
Dormy Network.
That's part of the Peds.
There's about 10.
Yeah.
Seven.
They got
Seven?
across the not just Nebraska,
Oh, it's
across the country.
country.
Yes.
Across the
You've played-
country.
you've
I
played
played Arbor Links for sure. Yeah, that's a great course. It's in
You're-
great condition. I
yeah.
played
and you're
last
a
year.
good player, so you can actually play there.
Yes.
I played well last time there.
Yeah.
You know, it was it's a great course. I love Arbor.
Can you
Links.
walk us through your round?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want
Stroke by
I don't
stroke.
want to bore
Every
you.
shot.
shot.
He does
And then
remember
I hit
every
a-
shot for
hit
sure.
A hybrid.
I do remember
hit a
every shot.
hybrid on 4, and I made a cut shot.
Stuck it to a
Thank
foot.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hybrid to a foot. Okay, people are curious. How can they purchase
Yeah.
the new jerky you guys
Yes.
have? Where can they find this at, man?
Well, we're still working on getting it out into the retail places, but online, obviously, you can buy it at 1890nebraska.com. And then there's a website for the jerky too.
We can get that out. We
I
can
don't know.
post that.
Cornheadjerky.com, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look
Sure,
that up. but-
cornheadjerky.com.
Wait, we have I think it
Careful
might
with
be.
that
up.
I don't
Careful
know.
with that one.
I don't know, but I think
You might get to a website, you know.
1890nebraska.com. I know. I mean, we have a lot going on.
Explain that
You
to
know,
your wife.
I have to be honest.
You're busy
Like,
people.
We have a lot going on. The jerky is a nice little piece.
It's a nice piece there.
Thank
Yeah.
you for the gift pack.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
you
wonderful.
bet. You bet.
So when do you think we can put together this next fundraiser and come up with what would it be for? What would be the big
Yes,
thing? What
good
would
question.
be we need to put this together and we'll get a date set.
What
Well,
do we
there's
tie
kind
in?
of two big cycles, right? So, the portal will open back up in April, May. So
Right after the spring game. We can
Yeah,
tie
maybe
it to
something
the
like
spring
that.
game.
Yeah.
We
We
get
can tie
tied
it
to the
Yeah.
spring. That's my birthday.
It's his birthday.
we need
Bill's
to
birthday.
retain
Yes.
the best athletes, right? So we, like
So
you said,
retention.
basketball, retention, football, retention,
Retention
volleyball,
program.
retention. And then try to add and attract the best ones that aren't yet here. So
God, that would be
let's do it.
So is there
Around the
anyone?
spring
Is there
game.
anyone, Matt, that compares to Nebraska when they have like if you say it real simply, there's more of a 3-legged stool right now. It's football, it's basketball, and it's volleyball. Those are the 3 biggest ones, right?
Yes.
Baseball's involved. I mean, all the sports
Yeah.
are involved. I get that.
Yeah.
But is there any schools that have that? I mean, most volleyball places don't have hardly anything
That's
for
right.
NIL. Doesn't
That's right.
exist. And Nebraska is the number one, and it's not even close.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
they're-
there's a half a dozen schools that are pretty good at volleyball, NIL, I think, in the country.
Half a dozen.
And
6.
but
I-
not ones that do football, basketball, and have this many sports also. I mean, there's so many.
There's a few schools that are good at multiple
Sure.
sports. I think we're one of them,
Yeah.
right? And nobody really knows what the other collectives are doing, right? Like, I think we're doing pretty good at what we do. We're trying to do the best we can. We're working with the university. We're trying to do things by the rules and all those things. We're raising a ton of money. It's great. But no one's really sharing secrets about how you doing.
You're slipping. You hear what he slipped in there?
What?
Raising a ton of
Ton of
We're
money.
doing well.
We're doing well.
Like,
That's
We
good
are.
to hear.
Well,
That's
the-
good to
the
hear.
whole
It's
thing
important
is
to know
we,
that.
we
That's
need
good to hear.
Yeah, but we need everybody's help. I mean, we have that in December when we gained over 1,000 new contributors that had never given to 1890 before.
Ooh.
Breakers.
in that 5-day period, over 1,000
That's
people.
significant.
But so that's a great number, right? But
Yeah.
it could be 5,000. It could be 10,000.
Well, I'll
Because
tell
a
you what,
lot of them
spring
were
game.
a lot of them were $10 a month or $25 a month or whatever they could afford, and all of that adds up. We're trying to
Sure.
get as many people
Tim Beebe
involved as we
jumped in.
can, and it all matters. I'm telling you, the more people get involved, the more buy-in we have. It all adds up for all of our sports. You get to choose where it goes on the website, which sport you give to. It's been great fun to see Nebraska come together. Going back to our conversation, Bill, 3 years ago when we knew if this hits, Nebraska's going to be good at it. Passionate fan base. We're the
Fan
only
base.
show in town. It's all about it's almost like the best fan base wins a little bit in NIL. And so we
Best
we
fan
like
base
that
wins.
competition, right?
sure.
At Nebraska, we like that
embrace
competition anytime. And so it's been great. And then the Peds give us this great structure where 100% of the money goes to the player. I mean, it's all come together really well.
100%.
The,
100%.
100.
All of it.
I spoke to a current head coach in the Big Ten this last summer. We're talking about NIL and what was going on at every place around. He goes, Bill, no one has any idea what the other person's doing.
That's right.
No one has any idea what the other. Well, hey, what's going on over here? He goes, we don't know. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Even coaches don't talk to other coaches in other leagues either.
Right.
They're like, no, we've reached out. We try to figure it out. We have no idea where we stand compared to where somebody else stands. That's craziness.
No one knows the money from school to school, really. I mean, you can tell who's getting great players. Like, you're not getting great players unless you have a lot of money. But through social media, you're seeing a lot of copycat stuff, and we've done it too, right? Like, you're looking at what other collectives are doing to raise money, and you're trying to come up with ideas. We do our big push in December, boom, all of a sudden you see these other schools, bang, 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 and they give a little twist to it, but it's mostly what we did. And we're seeing other schools do that now. We're looking at what they're doing. So there's only so many ways to raise money. We're trying to do all those things and more, and they're probably looking at us. We're looking at them, and trying to figure it out. So
Bake
I
sale.
love it.
Bake sale would be nice.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad
we'd
idea
like
at all.
we should do a coffee, maybe.
Yeah.
Coffee
Coffee
talk.
Make it
Coffee
happen.
talk. Yeah.
Yep.
Coffee talk. Yes.
What
Yeah.
if we raffled something off on that big day for us at that day? Have like a guest DJ come in with us.
Okay.
Like that on the
What
on
would
the
we
day.
raffle off?
I don't know.
He-
That's
Like a
spot.
bus? A
Yeah.
bus?
A foursome with Jake at Arbor
Yes.
Links.
Hey, I'd
yes,
do that.
and
I'm
guess
in.
what?
I'm in.
And guess what? Who could do
I'm
that?
in.
Davison.
We
can
could
set
pull that
up.
off. We could
Look
pull
at what's
that
going
off.
on
Set
right
that
now.
up.
Yeah.
Who is this Matt Davison?
Matt Davison's
We-
of 1890 Initiative. He's the man in charge there, and he's here to promote everything about 1890, how to get involved. And for those who want to get involved, Matt, again, if they want to donate or simply buy products that can help in NIL, what is the website? Where can they go? Again, remind the people.
1890nebraska.com is the easiest way to give. 1890nebraska.com. You put in your information. There's a drop-down menu. You choose which sport you'd like to support, how much, how frequent. It could be one time. It could be, monthly, weekly, yearly. And we just need everybody to get involved. It's been great. We really appreciate all the Husker fans that have supported 1890 so far. And we're building this thing. We're growing it, trying to give our coaches the best chance to be successful. And right now, NIL is a piece of it. You need the great facilities and the fan base and all the stuff. But another component of that is NIL right now, and we're trying to be good at it.
You should come here more.
So
It's
Come
been
on.
a couple months.
Yeah.
It's
Been a couple
been
months.
too long.
Yeah.
Right
right-
down the street.
So right now, someone says, I'm limited, but I can go $25 a month.
Love it.
Is
How do you
that
do
great?
How do you
Think
do
about
it?
that. That's
go
incredible.
online, bang, bang, put in your card, $25 a month, $10 a month, $100 a month. We have people at all different levels, right? And it's awesome because it's like the Green Bay Packers, like this ownership of what's going on with
I
your
like
program.
that.
There's this buy-in.
We're the Packers.
and you're
We're
just
the Packers.
and so like hundreds of people.
Is there some truth? Because I believe there is with, okay, don't complain, don't hitch about it if you're not involved. Is there
I mean,
something
you
to
can
that?
say that?
I can say that. You can't say that. But I mean, seriously, don't be the fan sitting up there and being like this. This is the way the world is now. So if you want to help, you need
You want
to
a
be
running
involved.
back?
Yeah, if you want,
Give $25 a month.
yeah,
Right.
Hint, hint,
Yeah,
wink,
yeah,
wink,
exactly.
help out.
You want to know
Do
American
your
running
part,
back?
Yeah.
Nebraska.
And look, our coaches have to do a great job too. NIL's a piece of it, but Coach Rule and his staff done a great job. Fred did a great job putting this roster together. Obviously, John Cook recruits, like crazy. Our other coaches are working really hard at it. We're trying to help them and support them best we can. We don't want at the end you recruit a kid for a month or 6 months or 18 months and you get to the end and it's like, oh, sorry, the NIL piece isn't good enough. Like we don't like the collective, or we don't think you can take care of us, or whatever it is, and so we're not going to come there. We don't want NIL to be a problem.
It's
for
not
our
a problem.
coaches.
Okay, one quick question. You mentioned maybe a half dozen volleyball schools that are pretty active in NIL. A couple of them. You got a
I mean,
couple.
it's the schools that are
Texas?
winning,
Texas.
right? Yeah, and I don't know. Like I'm just kind of going by what I
Texas is
see
half.
with recruiting and
T-Hop.
rankings and those sorts of things.
Okay.
But it's all the schools that are.
I'm very interested in that conversation. Well,
Yeah.
you should come back more.
You should.
Hey,
The
come
the box is
2 blocks
incredible.
away.
Yes.
Everything's incredible.
You can come back unannounced too.
unannounced.
Just
Oh,
walk
just
in,
stop
Matt.
by.
Just
Yeah.
walk in.
You
I
can
actually-
on the radio.
I actually pulled by one day, like back when it was really cold, and I was sitting at the stoplight
talked
out
about
here.
you.
And you
He said that's
you go. There's a guy with a snowblower in the back.
And then he
I was
said-
like, that was me.
Yeah.
Davidson texted
You
us.
texted
I go, this guy's really behind you. It's snowing out. I go, there's an idiot
I was
out there with a
taking it to the
snowblower
shop.
in the back of his pickup. And Davidson goes, that's me.
I was taking it to the shop. It was broke down.
He's Matt Davis.
He lives so close, guys. He lives right down the street.
1890Nebraska.com. Matt, thanks for the time. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you soon.
fellas.